great few weeks with our epic bull run with Bitcoin. Money started pouring in like crazy, and the money is still pouring in. There's still a lot of momentum behind Bitcoin. Getting very close to the price of 1,800. I think we got to 1,790. So, yeah. So, do I think it's a good time to buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin? For a long-term plan, it's always going to be a good idea to buy Bitcoin, because if there's a pullback this week or the next week, it's not going to be much more than $100, $200. It could be more, and even if you miss that difference, for a day trader, that's big, because that's how we make our money. But for a long-term investor, it's a very tiny blip in the ocean. Because if it does go over 1,800, then it will definitely get to 2,000, possibly by the time I upload this video. So, yeah, you can just buy Bitcoin and hold it, because it's not going to be lower than this price next year. It's going to be higher. For traders, it's time to start looking at the numbers and going, what's our strategy for the summer? Or what I'm going to say is, this is a strategy that I'm suggesting. Please adjust for your own particular situation, and don't invest more money than you can possibly afford to lose, because it is kind of educated gambling. So, Bitcoin price, as I said, gotten really high. I'm looking at the graph. It's not really yet spiking up and down. I mean, yeah, like there was an epic pullback last week, but then it started going up again because big banks realize that they need to keep buying Bitcoin, and there's epic demand for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the portfolio. So the market cap of the cryptocurrency world in general is, well, checked it a few minutes ago, and it could go up since last time I checked, was $52 billion, which is wow, really great. But the very important thing to be aware of, that even though more money is going into Bitcoin and the price is going up, the percentage of Bitcoin dominance in the cryptocurrency world is still going down, despite that all the news is about Bitcoin. And that's what most people are buying. But what happens is that the people who bought Bitcoin before are now putting their money into other cryptocurrencies, waiting for, preparing for a pullback. When I say pullback, what I really mean is it will slow down over the summer, and this will give a good chance for competing cryptocurrencies to make gains. So, how I manage my portfolio, I divide my portfolio roughly equally in between low, medium, and high risk. So this is just how I define these things. Other people would need to look at it for themselves, look at their technologies, do their own analysis, and decide for themselves what they consider to be low, medium, or high. But this is just a suggestion from myself. So in the low risk category, I have Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think for the summer, I'd rather be holding Ethereum, because as you can see, well, while the start of the bull run they were both going up at the same time and Ethereum was rising higher, now there's a kind of a bit of a, okay, maybe there's going to be a bit of a slowdown in price, and you can see that Ethereum is now going back to the way it was, where Bitcoin goes down by 5% and Ethereum goes up by 5%. So this is how you can trade those two back and forth, and I call that low risk. The lowest risk is just, the lowest risk you can do is just look at the top 5, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and the other two could change by the time I make this video. And if you did that a few weeks ago, you would have nearly doubled your money if you just randomly invested in the top 5 without caring so much. So I'm going to provide some information for you, help you decide on what's going to be in your portfolio. So Ethereum, it's a very good, it's has generally been considered to be Bitcoin's biggest competitor because it does similar things to Bitcoin, but things a bit differently. Bitcoin is like a decentralized balance that is really good at storing value, much better storing value than, say, definitely dollars, and now we can now say that Bitcoin is now the new gold. Ethereum, on the other hand, its management team, developer team, is a little bit more centralized, which is why a lot of Bitcoin hardcore enthusiasts don't like Ethereum, and it behaves like a supercomputer. It's kind of like a supercomputer, and there's new technologies, the Internet of Things, which in general is taking off, and it can be used for doing lots of cool projects. Like, instead of having a supercomputer that runs your network of some kind of technology, for example, taking money and charging up electric cars, that it makes more economical sense to use Ethereum to do it, because having millions of decentralized computers is faster. So that's my description of it, and that's why it's really cool, and that's why you see when people buy Bitcoin, it goes up, they most likely will put it into Ethereum. And out of all of those, out of all the cryptocurrencies I'm going to say Ethereum is the safest bet for the summer. Next is Ripple. Ripple is fairly controversial because I'm going to refer to it as a centralized blockchain, meaning that it's a blockchain for banks. If bankers are looking at different cryptocurrencies, they're probably going to pick Ripple because it's more providing services for banks than ordinary people. So for ordinary people, Ripple might seem very interesting, but hey, we can make money from it, so let's give that a look. I bought at a low entry point, and anyone who followed my video where I mentioned Ripple, you could have tripled your Ripple. Then there was a pullback. Then I bought again, and now it's going up. And I think I would have to double check this, but I think that even though there's an epic large amount of Ripple in supply, I think they're going to cut the supply of Ripple, so all the people who are buying Ripple may possibly be buying it at the lowest price that it will be for the rest of the year. So my strategy with Ripple is to buy and hold, because I bought it at a low entry point that I don't believe that it's going to go down to this year. So whether the price goes up and down, I've made money from it. So it's going into the summer, I'm playing gigs, I want to go on holidays. I'm now looking at a trading strategy that requires me not to pay attention to it. Yes, I'll do my technical analysis for Ripple. I will sell sometimes and then buy back again, but for a medium risk strategy, I'd say just buy Ripple and hold it for the year. So Bitcoin and Litecoin are the low risk. I'm going to put Ripple into medium risk. And the next medium risk investment that I would totally recommend is Waves. It has been, the price has been slowly moving up and up and up. I haven't seen a lot of mention in the media about it, so which means that's a good time to buy. And today I posted a graph. Well, I was like, look at the price, it's exploding today. And then by the time I put it up there, the price was even higher. So right now the price is exploding. I'd really have to look into a day trader would sell their Waves now and buy back at a lower price. But again, I bought at a lower entry point, so sorry, my phone's memory's full. So because I bought a low entry point for Waves, I'm happy to hold it. At this particular
point in time with the price of Bitcoin going up and its dominance going low, I'm like, I'd rather be holding good technology. So Waves, it's something in between Ethereum and Ripple. It's like Ethereum in a sense that you can use it to create interesting projects, and it's slightly centralized. But hey, the price is booming. Maybe there's going to be an epic run of the price of Waves over the next 4 days. I'm just saying that because all of a sudden the price is now going up. The next technology I'm going to mention is Golem. Golem I'm going to call a high risk because the potential to make a lot of profit from Golem, but the price could go down. The price went up quite a bit and it's gone quite down, and I'm kind of looking at it and going, do I think the price will go lower? Do I think the price will go higher? I think from this particular point, I think the price of Golem is going to start going up. And it's an interesting technology. It's like Ethereum. It's like a supercomputer where you can rent out someone else's computational power to do projects. So if you have a computer that's not particularly strong, you can use Golem to use someone else's computer, and the person then makes money from renting out their space, and then traders of course can make money from buying and holding. So I would buy Golem and hold it for summer. The highest risk technology that I'm going to mention, because it could go even lower than it is now, but you know, it has a low market cap, and when a technology has a low market cap, it means that all of a sudden it can spike. So you could buy it and maybe the price will spike over the weekend. Maybe Thursday is a better time to buy it than Wednesday. But hey, ARK anyway. Again, it's a little bit interesting about ARK. There seems to be a lot of developers behind it. I think it's interesting. It could, of course, die off in a year, or the price could triple over summer. So they're my suggestions of low, medium, and high risk technologies you can invest in. And diversifying portfolio is the best way, because the money going from Bitcoin is going into other altcoins, going into Ethereum, Ripple, now Waves, and it can go, a lot could go into Golem and ARK. And if you've been watching videos I started a few weeks ago, you should be making money by now. So like, subscribe, like this video, please share this video, subscribe to my channel, and in the description box there's links. If you're new into Bitcoin, use my Coinbase affiliation. You buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, you get an extra $10 worth free. I've got links for free Ethereum. I've got links for the platform I use for my low risk trades, which is CX. For my favorite wallet for storing Bitcoin is Airbits, and there's an affiliate link down at the bottom, and you can buy things in Amazon with Airbits, put your Bitcoin on it, and then you can get a 15 to 20% discount off products on Amazon, which is pretty sweet. And there's a few other things in there, but most importantly, like this video, share this video, and subscribe. Freedom, baby.